Hi, we the Barnetts with Let's Talk Credit.
And we help people just like you earn $30,000 in 30 days.
What's up, hustle? Your favorite country cousin JC back here with another video. I'm here again with this fantastic couple. We've done not one but two, but this makes the third video in our series together. They've been talking to us about credit. We talked about myths about credit in the last video. Before that, we talked a lot about the basics of credit. But now I want to get a little bit more advanced for those of you all out there that want to continue your funding journey. So they're able to help you get $30,000 in the next 30 days or less in your business. So what we're going to do in this video is talk about.
In Monopoly, they have no consumer debt. Why do you have it? For $37 one-time investment, less than a pair of shoes, in 12 weeks, we can begin to eradicate your debt. Give us 12 weeks and we're going to reduce at least $500 a month of your debt. If Monopoly doesn't have consumer debt, why do you have it? $37, we can get you free. Begin today. God bless you.
Business credit, personal credit, funding, all of that good stuff that you need to know in order to start making money or getting money to start or grow your business in today's episode. Just like before, I'm gonna have you guys kick it off with just letting the people know who you are and what's your business.
I'm Tyrone Barnett.
And I'm Keisha Barnett, and we are credit repair specialists with Let's Talk Credit.
All right. So a lot of people out there, they definitely want to get business credit. So let me ask you this. Can I get business credit to start a business if I have no business experience?
Most definitely. You can get business credit to start a business. Long as it all goes back to your personal credit. As long as your personal credit in line, going to get that business credit, that should be easy, should be no problem.
Okay. Is it possible to ever get business credit? Maybe not in the beginning, but just because a lot of people on social media tell us this and we just want clarity, is it ever possible to get business credit without being a PG?
You can, it's possible, but it's gonna be easier to be a PG, like personal guarantee for that actual business credit.
Okay.
So if you did want to get business credit without being a PG, your business credit score, your paydex score, so to speak, would have to be at a certain number. But then a lot of times the banks, they don't want to do it unless you have that, PG or able to guarantee that.
All right, and I want everybody here to be able to make an educated decision. So is a credit score and a paydex score the same thing, or is that something different?
They're actually different. So
okay.
The paydex score is basically your business credit score.
Okay.
And I think they want that to be like an 80.
Yeah, 80 paydex score is going to be like ideal for your business, and then your personal credit score, of course, is your regular personal credit score.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is you don't automatically have a paydex score. You have to actually gain it, earn that, by purchasing trade lines for your business, things like Uline, Granger, getting those accounts and paying on those. So that's going to be the only way to get that paydex score.
All right. So you all are entrepreneurs. We talked about in the previous video. You got an Airbnb business. You also have this your credit business as well. So would you recommend for a new business owner to start a business with business credit, or just save up that money over time?
I would recommend starting with that business credit. So therefore it's not on your personal credit.
Okay.
And just with that business credit, again, like that's other people's money. So
Exactly. And if you think about it, if you need $10,000, $20,000 to start your business, how long is that going to take you to save up?
Yeah.
You got bills, kids, whatever you need, everyday expenses. It's hard to save, $100, let alone $10,000, $20,000.
Yeah.
But if you're using other people's money with that business credit, that's going to be your leverage right there to leverage that business credit to start your business.
So I do know for some of you all, it might take a year or years to save up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in your business, right? If somebody was to work with you all, how long would it take them, assuming they have average credit starting off, because I know it's different if somebody has no credit, bad credit, all that good stuff. But if I have average credit right now, how long would it take before I could get $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for my business?
With an average score, no more than about 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah. So depending on where you are, if you're at a good starting point and you don't have a whole lot of inaccuracies and flaws in your credit, 30 days is good. We can get you in there, get your credit profile built up, and from there send you to the right banks to get funded.
Oh, 30K in 30 days ain't no job paying that. So.
Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. Like I don't know of any. Like, all right. So when it comes to business credit, you said something earlier I want to touch back on as well. You said it's not on your personal credit. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, so it's the business credit, that's, it report, but, okay.
Because this was confusing me. So I'm the PG, not to cut you off, but just so maybe I didn't ask it right. And I want you all to be clear on this as well. So I'm the PG, but it's not on my credit.
Okay, so with the business credit, like the personal credit, you know you got to have it, you got to pay that down. With the business credit, I mean, you have to pay it, but if I got a $10,000 credit card, business credit card, and I put $10,000 on that card, I don't have to get that business credit card down to $1,000. I can pay $1,000 on it and keep rolling.
So, okay, if I'm somebody out there that wants to work with you all and I really want to get $10, $20, $30,000 in 30 days, in the next 30 days after working with you all, what do I already need to have, if anything? Because I know that there's a lot of different people that are watching this video. Some people have no credit, some people have bad credit. Is there anything that I need to have together to say, okay, this person has whatever boxes that need to be checked already checked, so that way they can realistically expect to get this funded in this amount of time?
Again, you want to have, I mean, it all goes back to your payment history. It all goes back to your inquiries.
Okay, let's slow that down. So with the payment history, I just need to be up to date on
You
everything.
need to be up to date on your payment history.
No lates.
No
Okay.
lates. And it all goes back to your inquiries. You want to be under four inquiries.
Okay.
And your utilization. You want to be at least.
What's utilization mean? Because we never broke that down. Like, what's utilization?
Your utilization is basically how much you are using on your credit card or your overall credit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if you had a $1,000 credit card, and when they get ready to report to the credit bureau, are you using 500 of that? Is that showing, or are you only using like $10 of that? So making sure that utilization is low.
Okay, now when it comes to utilization, does that mean, okay, I got $1,000 credit card for the whole month, don't spend more than $100, or do I just need to pay it down to $100 by the end of the month?
Pay it down. So you can,
Okay.
you can use all 1,000 if you want to, but before that statement date comes out, you want to make sure you paid it down to under 10% so that it reports that low, and you can go right back to using it after it's reported.
Okay.
And see, that's what some people don't really, the statement date versus the due date.
What's the difference?
Like the due date, you want to kind of pay your minimum, and the statement date, that's what the credit bureaus are saying.
I finally figured it out. What did I figure out? I'm so glad that you asked. The problem that we both have is that while I love social media, as do you, or you at least like it, or you wouldn't be seeing this video, we do not get to control the algorithm. Why does that matter? Why is that a problem? If I create a video that can teach you how to make more money step by step, or create generational wealth, or invest, or just in any way better your financial journey, but multi-billion-dollar advertisers don't want to run ads against that sort of content because it doesn't fatten their pockets, do you know what social media algorithms are going to do? Not send out notifications. Think about it. How many people do you follow across social media? They drop new videos, but you say, I never saw a notification. I didn't know that video came out, and you could be missing out on game. It could be one piece of information that could change your life for the rest of your life. But just because a multi-billion-dollar advertiser doesn't want to advertise against that content, it will reduce the notifications that go out. Now, I'm not here to complain. I believe that if you identify a problem, you should also offer a solution. Here's my solution. Join my newsletter. It's absolutely free. It's the Providence Professional. I call it the Providence Pro newsletter. And what I'm going to do for absolutely free is I'm going to email you the opportunities. And then you decide if that opportunity is something that you want to check out and change your life for the rest of your life, or you decide if that's something that's not interesting to you. I think that while we all need these big companies, they serve a purpose in the marketplace. I create content to help people that's on their way to financial freedom, not multi-billion-dollar companies that are trying to become multi-trillion-dollar companies. I love them. I'm unapologetically an entrepreneur, but I'm here for you. Join the free Providence Pro newsletter, link underneath this video, and you start making the choices for yourself. Stop letting big advertisers determine what information you are allowed or not allowed to see. Let's get back to today's action. Join the newsletter. Peace. Okay.
And so if you over that 10%, that's gonna get you deemed.
Yeah, it's going to show that your utilization is too high because maybe you paid it on the due date, but then you went back to swiping your card, and then when it reports to the credit bureau, it's showing that you still owe $500 when you're like, I just paid that, but that's because you didn't wait until it reported to the credit bureau before you swiped your card.
On that statement date.
So the due date is before the statement date, or is
Okay, the due date before the statement date.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So your state, let's say for example, you might have a due date on the 5th, right? And your payment is, $500. Maybe you pay that $500, or maybe you've already, whatever it may be. But before, maybe the statement date is on the 10th. You don't want to use that card again until after the 10th.
Okay.
And then after the 10th, what's going to happen is it's going to report to the credit bureau that your utilization is low. But then you're going to use that card as much as you want. You can max it out if you want to, but just make sure it's paid down and not used again until after that statement date to show that your utilization is going to be low.
okay?
And before we knew all, it was like, JT, I would be so mad. I'd be paying my credit card bill and look at my credit score like, why it went down?
Yeah.
It dropped. Why it went down?
Yeah.
Because we didn't know about that statement thing.
How does somebody out there know when their statement date versus due date is?
You can go online on your, online credit card, or you can call your bank. They can tell you to, or whoever you have your credit
Or you
card
can use
through.
your app.
You have your apps, your bank, if you want the easiest way, just call them and ask them, what's my due date, what's my statement date, and they can tell you.
Okay.
Or if you use things like Credit Karma or any of those credit, reporting apps, usually the date that shows for that credit card is going to be that statement date, but I would still confirm it, with your bank to make sure that's the actual date.
Okay. All right. So if somebody out there is interested in getting business funding, we need to make sure that you're current on all of your debt that you currently have. We need to make sure that we have no more than 4 inquiries in the last 2 years. And we need to make sure that our monthly utilization is under 10%, not 30, right? Because some people say 30.
Yeah, 10% is going to be better. You also want to make sure you have good credit age. Like,
What does that mean?
That's like how long have you have established credit. So if you're just now starting off with credit, you might, like with 6 months history of credit, that's not as strong as somebody who has 6 years of credit.
Okay.
So you want to have a stronger credit age, and there's ways you can move about that as well too. And then most importantly, you want to make sure your business is structured properly in order to get that business funded.
What does that mean? Like have an LLC or a corporation or?
Yeah, have it
Okay.
form, whether it's an LLC or S Corp, whatever you want it to be, your name, you have a professional email address, professional business address.
So I can't be a sole proprietor. I can't be like, I'm JT, I want money.
I mean, if that's something you want to do, but at the same time too, it needs to be structured properly. You have your paperwork in place. So if you're going to get self-proprietor, to make sure your paperwork's, in order.
Okay.
So.
No slang emails, because like the bank's looking at this and they ain't gonna get Lil Ray Ray at gmail.com.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna get Lil Ray Ray that money.
Okay.
So you want to look, because businesses only want to do business with businesses.
Okay.
You want to seem professional when you go in there to make sure you fit, you want to be like the rest of them. So that's the other thing. So personal profile structured right, your business profile structured right too. And once you got both of those lined up, on to the bank we go.
You'll go.
Okay. All right. So one last question I have for you guys, and if you want to tap in and learn from them on how you can get 30 grand in the next 30 days, stay tuned. They're going to give you all of their information. But we hear business funding a lot. Business funding sounds like a broad term. So in your experience, like, does business funding matter? Like, should I go after credit cards or loans, or it's like, whatever, as long as you get the money, get the money?
No, I mean, to me personally, I would go out and do cards.
Okay. Why the cards versus the loans?
Because with the loan, either way you paying somebody back, but with the loan, it all, both of them gonna have interest, but I'm gonna do the credit card because I can pay that back how I want to pay that back.
Okay.
Versus the loan.
And another thing with the credit cards too, it's revolving. So when I pay, let's say I have a $5,000 credit card, and if I use all $5,000, once I pay that back, I've got that $5,000 again. Mm-hmm. With that loan, if it's $5,000, once I pay it back, that's gone. Like I can't reuse that same money.
You gotta apply again.
I gotta apply again to get more. Yeah. But when it comes to funding, if you need the money for your business at this point, it's kind of like it really depends on what your needs are. But credit cards essentially are better, and in a sense, depending on what you need. But that's because of the revolving fact of it.
Okay. All right. If somebody watching this video wants to get their personal credit in order, wants to get their business credit in order, wants to get 30K in the next 30 days or less, what's the best way to connect with you all?
On Instagram, I'm at D Tyrone Barnett.
And I'm at Keisha Barnett. And the best way, like I said, right now we have a free weekly webinar. at www.letstalkcredit.com. On that webinar, we're going to show you how you can get 30 points in 30 days, probably more than 30 points. We're going to show you how you can get your business structure and set up for funding to get at least 30,000. And like I said, at least, because a lot of people get more than that.
Oh yeah.
All right, so hey, there you have it, you guys. All of the relevant links are down in the description below. Be sure to tap in with them. Take advantage of this opportunity. I know a lot of you all out there are saying, hey, I have a fantastic business idea. I know if I had the financial resources, I could change my life, my kids' life, my mama life, all of my loved ones' life. I just need an opportunity to have the 5, 10, or whatever amount of money you need to start that business off with. So if that's you, and you've been looking for the opportunity to get the money to execute on your business idea, take advantage of this opportunity. Click that link down in the description below. And until next time, so I'm hustling, stay hustling. JT Automations, I'm gone.